Good afternoon, everyone. It's Dave here from the iReady podcast, bringing you my post-match reaction to very welcomed victory this afternoon against Hibs, but a pretty poor performance, we have to say. But thankfully, we have won by 1-0. Possible European hangover. We've seen it before, time and time again, but thankfully we did manage to get the 3 points in the end. So quite a few changes that the manager put out for this afternoon's game. The starting 11 was Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Jeffrey, Barron, Raskin, Lawrence, McCausland, Cherney, and first start for Amane. And on the bench, Kelly, Dessers, Bayame, Dibble, Sterling, Casawan, Yero, Balogun, Fraser and McInnes. So like I said, first start there from Igamane to give Dessers possibly a little break. He has played a lot of minutes recently. Jeffrey back after his European suspension. Raskin starts in midfield. No Diomande, apparently he picked up a knock on Thursday, but the manager is hopeful that he will only be out for this game and he will be back next week. And also Bayrami also not 100% from the last game, so he is on the bench. So starting off really pretty slowly. First half chance for Rangers on the 7th minute, a ball in from the left towards Igamane. The Hibs defenders really don't deal with it. Igamane, he lays the ball off to Lawrence on the edge of the box. He takes a shot, it's deflected and out for a corner. And from that corner, the ball in from the left, and McCausland manages to get a header in that, crowded penalty area, and the ball just goes over the bar. So really unlucky there by McCausland. And then on the 9th minute, just a minute later, constant pressure at this point by Rangers on the right hand side. Cherney, he turns his man inside out, puts a good sort of cross shot right across the face of the goal to the back post. It's deflected out for another corner, which really comes to nothing. And then for about another 10 minutes, pretty poor, shall we say. Not much happening for either team, I've got to say. Feeling each other out. 21st minute, Jeffrey down the left wing. He bursts into the box, gets his cross across the face of the goal. Cherney, he makes a good run from the right-hand side into the penalty area. It finds him, but he just can't connect at the correct moment. And Hibs, the defender, manages to get in the way and get the ball to safety. And then on the 24th minute, a wonderful piece of skill by McCausland on the byline. How he manages to get past. He's got two defenders on him. It's really, really tight. You could see he was moving left and right, getting the hips, and he manages to flick the ball over in like a millimetre at what looked like space and get free of both of them. Gets the ball back to Cherney on the edge of the box. He shoots, but it's charged down. So fantastic play there by McCausland. Making another chance. Unfortunately, it didn't come to anything. But 10 minutes later, Rangers open the scoring and an absolute stunner from Tom Lawrence. He's on the left wing. The ball is played through to him by Ross McCausland. He looked in line. As soon as the ball was played, he gets into the box. He cuts inside on his right foot and hits an absolutely magnificent curling shot right into the top corner. But we couldn't celebrate at the time. It had to go to VAR because the linesman had put his flag up. They had to go a lengthy VAR check, which seemed to go on for about an hour. It was really only about 3 minutes. But thankfully, you could see clearly that Lawrence, I think, was even just a millimetre behind the Hibs defender, and the goal rightly stood. So a fantastic goal for Tom Lawrence. It really was a cracking effort there, and Rangers winning 1-0. 10 minutes later though, nothing much happening. 43rd minute, a half chance for Igamane. There's a long ball headed up into the Hibs penalty area. The Hibs defence, they can't deal with it. It falls for Igamane, who shoots just inside the box but over the bar. He might be quite disappointed with that he didn't get it on target, but like we spoke about in the previous match, the amount of shots that we're having, we don't seem to be testing the goalkeeper. This really needs to change. And then with a minute into stoppage time, this is where the controversy started, because Hibs get the ball into the box from a corner. There is a tangle in the box. It's half cleared. It falls for the Hibs attacker right in front of goal. Point blank range. Suter throws himself at it. His arm goes up, but as the manager has said there at the end of the game, you know, these new rules that I've brought in, his elbow does go up, but he's bringing his arm in. The ball hits off his elbow. The referee goes and looks at it, and he awards the penalty. So again, these new rules, the penalties coming in, we're really not sure what is and what isn't anymore. The manager, as I said, really not happy because according to his interpretation with the new rules, that shouldn't have been a penalty. But the referee did award a penalty to Hibs, and that was after another lengthy VAR check for him to check. So 3 minutes into added time, the Hibs player steps up. He hits a poor penalty, thankfully, low to the left. Jack Butland, he manages to see it, gets down at the correct time, guesses correctly and saves it. Grasps the ball. Fantastic. Rangers still 1-0 up. So well done to Jack Butland there. And then 6 minutes into injury time in the first half, Rangers mostly in control, but the final ball really letting us down. And the referee blows half-time at that stage. So some changes I felt were really, really needed for Rangers. It was a fantastic goal by Lawrence, a great penalty save by Butland, but really nothing else by Rangers. It was pretty lacklustre, we have to say. So, like I said, for the second half, 2 changes made at half-time. Dowell and Bayrami on, Raskin and McCausland off. The 52nd minute, a shot by Jeffrey just outside the box with the outside of his boot, trying to curl it in to the far right post, but it was, a good few foot wide of there, but unlucky. It was a good effort. 54th minute though, Hibs putting us under some pressure. Free kick on the right hand side, the ball right into the mix and missed by everyone, thankfully, into the hands of Butland, but that was a real let-off there. Igamani coming off on the 55th minute, substitute, and Dessers coming on. Didn't really get a chance to shine in this game, Igamani, but again, the final ball in the final third was poor today. So Dessers coming on, hopefully to try and spur the forward line, give them some life. But 60th minute, really not imposing ourselves, any attacking play, very sloppy, inviting Hibs onto the ball. Hibs had made a few changes at that stage to try and change the game, and it was paying off for them, not the fact that they'd had many shots on target. Well, I don't think they'd had any at this stage, but they were certainly growing into the game, and to be fair to Philip Clement, he changed it as well. He wanted to keep this 1-0 lead, and so in the 68th minute, he brings on Sterling and takes Czerny off. Czerny just not at the races today. Had a couple of flashes in the first half, but I don't know if he's maybe carrying a wee knock or something, but he seemed off today. 70th minute, really not at the races at this stage. Hibs having the most of the ball, and that was 15 minutes since Dessers came on. Nobody had found them, hadn't had a pass. It showed really just how poor our attacking play and build-up play had been at that stage. But in the 74th minute, he did finally get his first touch and almost produced a goal, because he gets it, really good play, hold-up play by him. He gets the ball out to Lawrence at the edge of the box. He hits a long-range shot, saved by the Hibs keeper, and that was our first shot in the second half. 74th minute, not good enough. 81st minute, ball out to Bayrami on the left wing, and he puts an incredible ball into the back post. There's Dessers, rises up, does everything right, gets the header on target. You're expecting it to bulge into the back of the net, but a great save, one-handed save by the Hibs keeper. He keeps that out. Really unlucky there. Great move. Dessers really couldn't have done much more, to be honest with you. And it still stays at 1-0. That second goal just not coming. And then straight from there, Hibs up the other end of the park. And the ball played into their sub, Dwight Gale. And he heads it, and it's about 2 centimetres past the right-hand post. I thought Hibs had scored. Thankfully, it stayed out. But again, it shows that Rangers they couldn't put this game to bed. 85th minute, the goal scorer Lawrence, he comes off, and Casawan Yiro coming on. So he went into right back. It pushed Tav further forward, Again, I think that Philip Clement at this stage knew it wasn't happening for us in front of goal and he needed to defend our lead, which is fair enough. I know it's at Ibrox, guys. I know it's against Hibs, but when it's not working for you, it's not working for you. And the amount of times in the past that we have criticised managers for keeping on going even when it's not been on, and we've ended up losing goals at the end. So, I'll take my hat off to him there. It's not flashy, it's not great, but it is preserving the lead. And then 87th minute, a half chance for Sept with the cross into the box, proper with the header. It goes over the bar. And then 2 minutes later, almost identical, we've got a corner on the right-hand side. The ball in, proper rises above, heads the ball over again. Really unlucky there. 4 minutes added on at the end of the game. Hibs sensing that they could get something. They had a long throw into the box, but a great, powerful header out by John Souttar. And then another pressure play by Hibs with the ball into the box. It's low. Hibs attacker, about to have the shot at goal, but proper with a great block, and the ball is played out. And that is when the game came to an end. So we managed to get the victory, guys. That's the most important thing. We've said it before. It wasn't a classic by any way when you look back. But at the same time, I'm trying to remember Hibs actually having a shot on goal apart from the penalty that's really, really troubled Butlander. I can't think of any. So well played to John Souttar and Proper again for having another clean sheet. That's 4 in a row now. That's excellent stuff by them. But the final ball today was really, really poor, something that they've got to work on. Like I said, possible European hangover, I don't know, but the games are coming thick and fast. We have another game coming up very shortly on Thursday, so another fine goal by Lawrence, another winner again, but the second half really, really was poor from us. So we need to improve, standards need to improve. The manager will know that, the players will know that as well, and basically I'm just happy that we got the 3 points today. That's what we've got to take from this game. But I'm going to leave it with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Derek and I will be back soon for another pod, hopefully this week. So take care, we'll speak soon, and bye-bye.